Even the army can't stop that creature.
No, but maybe we turtles can, with a little rocket power.
Someone keeps eating my yogurt.
What kind of yogurt?
I was saving that for after my run, David.
Oh my god, I guess I was saving it for during your run then.
Hey, Robbie, we're not going to bust your chops for trying to impress a girl.
I can't believe she's dead.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on the Al Travis Show.
We've got Spinny from Hard-Headed Sports. Spin, how you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm doing well, Al. How you doing this morning?
Well, good. I think I have some rock-solid examples of how your generation is ruining the world, and that always makes me happy when I can, plaster you with that.
Oh, that makes you happy? You want to see the
it
world
does.
ruined?
Well, I think it shows exactly what I'm talking about. Because you'd like to fight me on this, and I think I have hard evidence that shows it is happening, and I'm not making it up. We also have some very important coaching comments I want to hear from a guy who coaches for a living. So going to be a good half hour. But here, let's start with this. You heard of the All-Star Game? The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is the thing this week? You heard it, I'm sure. Yeah. Actually, a decent game. Now, you got to live with new pitchers every half inning and yada, yada. But anyway. 6-0, we're down. American League come fighting back. They seem like they cared. It's a 6-6 tie. And then your generation takes over. Came up with some strange rule no one's ever heard of. It's like a soccer shootout thing. Each team gets 3 players, home run derby style, 10 pitches, see who gets the most out of the park. And the American League loses. It's not baseball. It's some sort of cheat sheet thing that you people do because you get all bored, so you got to jump up and hit a coin and get magic powers. I don't know what it is, but even if you're going to do this spinning, you'd want your best players out there, Ohtani or Judge, right? But no, the coaches had to pick those people in case this happened before the game, and they picked people they thought were just coming in from the outfield because, they'd still be warmed up. Tell me we saw anything that looked like baseball.
Okay, first of all, I obviously and genuinely, not making this up just to be obstinate, I genuinely liked the home run off for the end of the All-Star game. I thought, the All-Star game is not like a regular baseball game where we need to
obviously
make it like it's, traditional or whatever. I like that they're actually changing stuff up. How do I say this?
You like flag football for the NFL too. You just want to change everything.
It's the All-Star game. It should be fun. The NBA should take after this and make something that makes their All-Star game actually fun. I mean, this was the best sport All-Star game I've seen in years. It was awesome. So I really enjoyed the home run off. I thought it was it gave you that end of game feeling, here it is, this is 10 swings, it's super get ready, you don't know what's going to happen. I really like the ending for an All-Star game. Now, they're talking about doing this for regular season games. That is where I'm kind of all right, I'm with you. I don't think we should be deciding regular season games based on home run-offs, but for the All-Star game, I thought it was fun, and I also blame the loss completely on Aaron Boone. How do you not, how in the blank do you not put Judge, Ohtani, Rooker, Buxton? How do you not put one combo of those 3 of those 4 guys? I don't get it. I understand the wanting them to be playing the game or whatever at the end. How'd that go for Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber? Pete Alonso didn't even have to hit, and Kyle Schwarber made it look like he was bunting the way he was easily hitting home runs. So.
Yeah, it's not baseball, but I get your point. It says in the article that I read that it's for folks, your younger generation just loves this stuff, and good for you. Do your thing. What do you think then about the Women's Basketball Association? They're having their All-Star weekend where 2 people, Clark being one of them, which you take only because of her name recognition. She's one captain, the other captain. They just kind of do a pick-em challenge. You pick yours, I pick yours. Heck, I think Caitlin even gave up her coach to the other gal for her coach that they play together. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of took the NBA model from about 4 to 5 years ago. They did this for a couple years where they were drafting like this. I think it's good for the promotion of the event. We have the two of the most, 6 popular players in the league drafting against
Yeah.
each other on live TV. Like, it's just fun,
Yeah.
getting people interested in the sport.
I guess I would rather with all these names, if this is what we're going to do, let's do this pick'em thing. I want to play with this guy. I want to play with this guy. I could live with that, the pick'em challenge. I don't have a problem with that. Clark could be out of it, though. She's back injured again. She may not even be in the thing. That hurts quite a bit. I mean, the difference when she's in a ball game and not, TV ratings and the rest, is just off the charts.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, from the TV ratings perspective, I mean, Clark herself is having not like not a great year from five turnovers per game. Her shooting splits are all down, 27% from 3 this year. So definitely some, statistical game improvement from her needed. But I mean, I agree, like when she plays, the viewership is different.
Well, the Garden is sold out because those two teams, Fever and Sun, are playing. It's sold out. They're just crazed by the thing. She sells tickets, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me ask you this. How are you as far as being a great ladies basketball mind? Big story in the Pioneer Press today. Star Trib, I guess. Caleb McBride. She's not getting the accolade she should get, but she's an all pro, this gal. She's leading the Lynx to number 1 spot, and she's the anchor that makes it happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's chill out on the anchor that makes it happen. I mean, Nafisa Collier is the best player in the league right now.
All right.
So I agree that why is her name the name? I agree, Kayla McBride's not getting the credit that she deserves. 14, our second leading scorer, 14 points a game, good shooting splits. I mean, she's definitely the second best player on our team this year. It's basically Collier, McBride, and Courtney Williams. So I agree she should have definitely got more recognition than she gets. 37.7 from 3 on 7 threes a game. That's super good, especially for the WNBA. So credit to Kayla McBride. It's been awesome to like see her become that second star.
Is there anything that stops the Lynx this year? It seemed like they were robbed last year. Anything that's going to stop these guys from winning this thing?
As I said, Al, when you lose the Commissioner's Cup, last 2 Commissioner's Cup losers have won the the WNBA championship. So,
well, that's a great sign for us then.
I think it's on the board. I mean, New York obviously is going to be our big competitor, and Phoenix looks good this year as well. So, but Vegas is not as good as they were. Takes out one of our biggest conference opponents. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think we have the best shot, like the best path that we've had in the last 2 to 3 years, given where the league is at. Also, we're 12-0 at home. So it looks like we're going to get the number 1 seed, and you're going to have to come beat us in our building where we've been nasty this year.
That is really going to be something, too, if they can pull that off. Minnesota needs something like that because I don't know where you sit with our Twins, but I don't even know if I see them unless something really turns around, even fighting to get into that wild card spot. I think we're 4 or 5 games out of the last wild card spot. Your thought on the Twins?
Yeah, 4 games out of the last wild card. And that's, right now we're a half game ahead of Cleveland and Kansas City. So, that's with us. And that's with us 6-4, them 7-3 and 6-4. So, like, we've all had good 4-game stretches. Kansas City, Cleveland, and Minnesota. And still none of us are within 3.5 games of the last wild card spot. So...
yeah, unless something turns around really big, I think we're in trouble there. So the Minnesota fans need something. Let's go Lynx. I want to go to break. I want to talk about some stuff going on coaching-wise that I think you'll have an interesting perspective on. We'll do that next on the Al Travis Show.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
Lucky to have me, Spinny from Hard-Headed Sports. Find them wherever you get your podcasts and sign up. Spinny, you being a coach in the college ranks, this should be interesting to find your thoughts on this. University of Minnesota Athletic Department says that they are $8.75 million in the hole. They announced that, and that the same day, maybe it was later that Friday, they also announced that P.J. Fleck, the fine football coach for your Minnesota Gophers, was not going to get a raise after this last season. I think the season was 8-5, if I'm not mistaken. It was a winning season, but nothing to write home about. He was not going to get a raise, Spinny, but he was going to get a $1 million will you stay bonus. And in fact, we'll get $1.2 million next year, $1.3 the next, all the way to $1.6 million in 2030. $2 million in will you stay bonus. Your thoughts, Spitty? What is it to stay bonus?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if that's if it seems to me like they did it that way as some loophole for how the pay works.
Well, see, they think you and I are too stupid, Spinning. Okay, if you guarantee him $1 million to stay bonus, it's a one-time thing. Got it. He has now got that $1 million plus more every year up until 2030. It's not a stay bonus. It's your new salary. They didn't want to say we're $8 million in the hole and we just gave this guy a $2 million raise.
Yes.
That's what they didn't want to do. It's a stay bonus, and the rest of us are too stupid to follow along.
No, I mean that's definitely what it is. It's the NFL. We're gonna make void years on your contract to save us money on the salary cap this year. It's the save face thing to work around the loophole. I mean, like, listen, PJ's been a good coach for the Gophers. Not a great one, but a good one. And to be honest with you, I don't know if the Gophers have ever had a great coach in the history of their football program since 1950. If we want to count the championships in the 30s and 40s, then
go ahead,
be my guess. But since the year 1950, 75 years ago, I think Fleck might be the best coach we've had. So I'm anti the weird bonus thing, and it is a lot of money for them, but it's the rate that coaches are going for, and I don't know if we have a better option.
Okay, and that's fair enough, because now I'm going to throw in the extra stuff. The NCAA is now going to give $20 million to every NCAA school. They're splitting the money, and they can spend that any way they want on players. They can literally pay players and that sort of thing.
Yep.
The Women's Association of the NCAA you watch are going to sue for half that money.
Yes.
And is that fair? And what I mean by that is if Fleck is worth $8 million because he's a semi-positive coach, as far as on the plus-minus scale, shouldn't that money be able to go to him to pay him to stay and not somebody in the women's, and then pick a sport no one watches, I don't know, I don't even know off the top of my head, what's the lacrosse? No one's watching lacrosse. Not paying to watch it, I guess.
So I just think they're given how they did this, I don't think there's a way around the Title IX aspect of it where you
I don't
have
disagree.
to split it up fairly now. And listen, I mean, college football players, especially good ones, don't need this $20 million of pay. They can go out and get money in NIL however they want, and they can get just as much as what their split of this $20 million is going to be across the athletic department or more.
Yep.
Now, female lacrosse athletes or cross country or whatever sport you want to say, I don't know if there's that same opportunity necessarily to get that level of NIL, which is why I think it should be split 50-50, because I think it evens out the opportunity for money making.
I think what you got to do is bust this thing all the way down. With $20 million, 50-50, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. Here's what I do. Any kid can get NIL money. If you get more than your the cost of going to school, then your scholarship's receded back to the next person in line. It might be the girls lacrosse gal, whatever it is. But you take that those scholarships and say, we're not going to give them out 50-50. If you in football can get NIL money that's worth more than the cost of your going to school here, guess what? You don't get a scholarship because you're getting that because you play football for us. And you start reallocating everything so it's fair to everybody. Then maybe the girls lacrosse team just has a ton of scholarships. They're not making any money. No one's paying to watch it. I get it. But we're giving you scholarships because we want to keep it even that way. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with a school that's $8 million in the hole giving a coach a $2 million raise and then going to come to us at the end of the session and say we need $500 million. I have a problem with the whole setup.
No, I mean, that part of it I get. I think the better way to do it would be if you're making over whatever your cut is of that $20 million in NIL, then you don't get that cut of it.
Okay. Well,
so
okay.
I think if you split up $20 million in half, $10 million of it goes to all the female athletes.
Yep.
10 of it goes to all the male athletes, whatever that breakdown number is.
Yep.
If you're making over that breakdown number in NIL, you don't get it, and it goes to the next person or the athletic department.
All right. And I guess I could live with that. I guess we got to look at, I just think we need to look at a different, college athletics now is not about getting a scholarship to get your degree. I mean, for everybody, the football program, the basketball program, these guys think you're going to make millions on the other side. But now we're funneling tons of money in, and it's changed it. You've got now $20 million straight up. You got TV contracts. You got the NIL money, and scholarships. Things have changed, and we need to look at it differently in my book. Not that it shouldn't be fair, but
I agree. We do, and it's hard. I like the amateurism and the playing for scholarship, but at the same time, if there's millions and millions and millions of dollars being made, it should go to the athletes that are creating those millions and millions of dollars. So it's hard. That's what this whole thing is hard, is trying to keep college sports while also making it fair to the people risking their bodies and competing.
I don't disagree. Spin, love having you on the program, and thank you for doing this for us. How does someone pick up Hard-Headed Sports should they want to?
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Both Bus and I took a last week off, but we'll be back to you with some content this week.
Fantastic. Appreciate you, sir.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals.